Welcome back to the podcast, guys. I am John Murray, your host, and you are on the JMA Podcast. Today we have Luis Melendez, Team Jucao BJJ athlete, karate combat athlete, and a Cage Wars MMA contender. Guys, let's welcome to the podcast.
Woo! Let's
Luis, how you
go.
been, man?
How's it going? How's it going?
It is going well. I am blessed and unstoppable, my friend. I know you've been up to some good things since we last talked. You were featured as our athlete of the month a while back, and
Yes.
you had quite the story, my friend. I think today I think my editor Kristen still thinks that was one of the most phenomenal athlete of the months that we've had.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yeah. I've just been. It's a combination of being blessed with like good genetics, good parents, and besides that, just the hard work, dedication that has gotten me to this high level as a professional fighter. And I'm just happy because this is my time right now, and this I need all the help that I can get because I'm the first one to actually do it, and I'm paving the road for future generations. So if I can do it, future like guys from our place, from around the area can do it too. So that's just gonna help the future too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's incredible to think. You guys train right down the street from me. I am actually live in Schenectady, so like I mean I train in Albany, but like Jucao came around a little bit afterwards, and I mean it's incredible to see someone from the area go to such a high level of combat sports, and it's been amazing watching your growth.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's I honestly I'm impressing myself all the time. Because I moved to the U.S. 4 years ago, 4 years ago, just to work as an electrical engineer, and I thought I was gonna leave my athlete career behind, and it's just in the nature. I had to do something, and that's how I found Team Jicao, and I started jiu-jitsu thinking that I was not gonna like it because I have a Taekwondo background, but I started jiu-jitsu and I really enjoyed it. Just how like complicated it is, how fun it is. The people just at the gyms just feel like a second family for me, which I needed because I left everything back home, my family, friends, everything at Puerto Rico. So it's been great. I'm really happy to be here.
Jucao's any event I've seen you guys at, you guys are very much like Atlas, where I can tell you guys are very tight knit. You guys show up for each other. Doesn't matter, who you are on the team. You guys always come out in force, and it's always incredible to see. It's very inspiring, actually.
Yeah, that's true. And we accept everyone, and like there's no filters. That's what I think that makes us different, and that's how we get just I guess you can say like just raw talent. The individuals that we have coming at UCal, and it just makes everyone better at the gym.
Absolutely. Now you grew up with a family of martial artists, isn't that correct?
Yes, I did. My parents met doing karate. So I've been, born and raised in a karate family since I've been doing karate since I was 3 years old. Then, did that my whole life up until like high school when I transitioned to a high school specialized in math, science, and sports. So we did our regular classes during the morning and then our specific sports during the night. And yeah, they didn't have karate, they only had Taekwondo. So I transitioned into Taekwondo, which is fairly easy for me. And then I did national team, junior national team,
You
adult
have a black
national
belt
team.
in both Taekwondo and karate?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then after that, I graduated from my high school, and went to the best university specialized in engineering in Puerto Rico, which was a great thing to do. And I was the first athlete to also get a scholarship in Taekwondo in Puerto Rico, because by that time, like Taekwondo, collegiate Taekwondo wasn't really super popular, but I was the first athlete to actually be from the national team to compete in those. And when they saw the disparity in levels, that I was just knocking people out left and right, they're like, "Oh wait, this needs to be like official." And then soon after that, almost every college started getting people, athletes from the national team in their in their colleges, and it got to a point that actually the collegiate competitions were more popular than the nationals, because in the nationals you pretty much go and represent yourself, you're independent, but in collegiate, you have a whole college behind you and your team. So like my college, once we competed, my college was in the west. We competed up north, 2 hours. That's a 2 hour drive, and the college provided like just buses full of people so they can go from our college and go support us, because the sport was just growing a lot in Puerto Rico.
That's amazing. So you actually did, in fact, pave kind of a way for like some of these taekwondo athletes to kind of come in and get actually really backing too. I know combat sports, it's really hard to sometimes find sponsors. It's kind of hard to make a living off of this. So it's kind of cool that someone while they're in college can almost, get the support they need where they can do this at a professional level.
Yeah, thanks to that, that really helped students, because like back when I started, I was the only one like receiving like dieting and help with massages and therapy and all that stuff. But then like the more it grew, everyone started getting it at that too. So that's just great. And yeah, that's a very very important topic that you mentioned there, like getting sponsors. I'm a professional athlete, and I'm struggling with sponsors, and I'm undefeated. So like that's something that people don't really think about, because most of the fighters, especially in amateurs, they have a regular job, and on top of that, then you're trying to become an athlete. I mean, you are an athlete, but you're trying to like get to that next level, work on those skills. You're putting extra hours just to, by the end of the day, perform and do a great show for the public. And for most of your amateur career, you're not getting paid at
No,
all.
absolutely not.
Uh, so it's just, like I said, hard work, dedication, and just a love for the sport. And then like once you transition into a professional, that's when you start getting paid. But even then, when you start getting paid, it's not a lot um, at the beginning. Then you have a lot of expenses, and if you really want to get to that higher level, you need to start traveling, cross training, getting the right nutrition, therapy, the right like physical fitness and all that stuff. So it's like everything. If like the more you invest in yourself, the more you're gonna get out of your body, the more you're gonna be able to perform, which is what pro athletes want at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Do you have any advice for like someone trying to get sponsors? I know probably a lot of people are wondering how you pick those up along the way.
Yeah. So super important is that you have to think of yourself as a company. So think of yourself as a company. Work on your social media, especially Instagram, Facebook, and all this stuff, TikTok. Uh, film yourself, because people are sponsors are wanting to see what you have to offer to them, because they're not just gonna give you money just because. So you have to be able to offer something back, something in return that they could see, some profit out of it at the end of the day as business. So you want to think of it as a deal, not a charity. Um, but yeah, it's just make yourself worth more. Um, what else? Get a really good, you can say, like a document that has you can say like a resume that points out your highlights, the achievements that you have accomplished, and
Think like
where
a
you want to go.
portfolio.
Yeah, a portfolio. Build a portfolio so people can see what you have done. Even when you're training, film your training, get some clips, put some like good music. Like people they want to see what you are about. Other things, get fights, get out there, get experience.
Do you
Find
recommend
a good
fighting for
coach.
Do you recommend fighting for different promotions?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because then that way you get more experience with the different promotions, and then what promotions are really good, what promotions are really going to take care of you. For example, Cage Warriors is the best promotion we have around here, and it's Cage Warriors. It's amazing,
It has some of
but
the best
like,
production, I think.
yeah, awesome production. Like it's UFC type level thing. Like we're very unfortunate to have cage wars around here. But if you're in other states, just travel. Try to travel. Try to go around different promotions. Then you're gonna start picking up. Oh, this I like this promotion better than this one. This promotion offers me better deal. They treat me better, or they put more videos of me in their page, so I can get more out of it too. So those are some of the things that I would be looking at in terms of like promotions. Um, what else? For sponsors, it's don't okay, good advice, don't get discouraged. A lot of people are gonna say no. A lot of people are not gonna even respond or reply to your messages.
That's probably
Uh
the hardest thing I think for people is sometimes just hearing that no constantly.
yes.
It's
I hate it, and
so
I hear it every time. Right now I'm searching for sponsors, and having all those stuff ready, having y- your reach, like how many people do you reach, how many people can you influence, that's super important. Also your character is super important. See yourself, people think of MMA fighters and badass fighters and all that stuff, but it is a show. At the end of the time, is an entertaining business.
absolutely, it's all about that entertainment. If you can't draw in tickets, you're no good to the promoter.
Yes. So having that in mind, uh think of yourself as a WWE character. Like that's something that I've been learning fairly recently, and I
You come
really
out
like
like
it.
this man.
Think of yourself as you're a character, you're a hero. How can you tell that story to other people that don't know you? And how can you captivate them in the least amount of time possible with your character and your talent?
How do you
Um,
see yourself?
yes. Put your character out and then back it up
No,
with
no, no, like,
a fight.
how does Luis Melendez see himself?
Oh, I like this. How do I see myself? I definitely see myself as I would say like an anti-hero kind of. Like
Alright.
sometimes could be a villain, sometimes could be a hero, depending on the situation.
When are you a villain?
Ooh, when I'm fighting. Sometimes when I'm fighting, I like, hey, I have some mean intentions.
Is that how that brawl started?
No, no, actually, the brawl started because so for people are not that
Do you
don't
wanna
know
do you
about
wanna say
this,
it?
So one of my fights in karate combat, uh, it was a great fight. Like I would say that is probably the best, one of the best fight, if not the best fight in karate combat as of now. It was a very close fight, and then at the end of the fight, yes, and then at the end of the fight, my opponent's coach. There you go. My opponent's coach, he flipped me off, and you can see that I grabbed my nuts, and I replied back with fire, and he didn't like that at all. Of course, of
Well,
course,
let's
he
see if
was
we
like,
can
"Oh,
see it.
disrespectful." I'm like, "You were the one who flipped me first. I'm just reacting to it." And then after that, he lost it. People were trying to grab him, but he just ran across the pit, which is the pit is the arena you see. And yeah, he just ran across the pit trying to punch me. And I was like, I'm bloody. I just finished my fight. I'm not getting paid to fight anymore.
Oh,
I'm out.
you already yeah, you're already out of there, I think.
Oh
You
yeah, I jumped out of that place. I was like, I'm not doing this. If you want to fight me, let's put a contract. Let's fight. And then the president of the company actually got in and choked him out unconscious. That went viral.
Well, you say the president? Is that the dude in the white suit there?
The bald guy in the white suit is the president of the company. You can think of him. He's the Dana White of this
Oh,
company.
he did though. You can see oh my god.
And you can see my opponent's coach in the body, limp body, just unconscious.
How embarrassing.
And yeah, I mean, he's a really good coach. He protects his fighters, and he's a black belt. So don't mess with President Awesome. Don't mess with me, or you might get slept.
Shit. Holy shit. How did you feel after that? Like, seeing a coach? Have you ever seen a coach actually, like, try attacking you like that?
Now attacking me, no, because I like besides some those like moments like that, I'm a super chill person. I'm always smiling, I'm always happy, greeting everyone, just having fun. Uh some like yeah, but yeah, someone running towards me, being like mad, no, that's the first time. And I'm glad I did what I did. I just ran out. That's the best
Yeah.
martial arts.
I mean, you got your
Defense
career to
run.
look for. I mean, it can't be I mean, especially early in your career, you can't be running in and trying to start shit with random people. I
Yeah.
can't imagine he's gonna be allowed back. I wouldn't let him back.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, he's not gonna be back anytime soon. But yeah, like, hey, you know, the Karate Combat is great for marketing. They're marketing geniuses,
Yeah,
and
they're trying to pop up
there
like
might be a future fight in which I will fight the coach.
Are we gonna get this arranged?
Hey, I'm trying to. I'm
You
trying
actually
to.
so you actually wanna fight the coach there then?
Of course, he's also a
Oh.
professional fighter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I hope he sees this, and I hope he fucking does it. I mean, how can you do that whole display and then, like, not follow through? Like, you clearly wanted to fight, you clearly
Yes.
wanted those hands, so,
And that would
let's do
be
it.
that would be a crazy storyline, which is what going back, tying it back to WWE. Hey, you got that fight,
I'd buy tickets for that.
you
I'd
got the
fly down to
beef,
Florida to see that.
got high animosity. People are gonna
Oh,
pay a lot for to watch that, and I'm here
facts,
for the show.
facts. Do you wanna fight him in MMA, or do you wanna fight him in karate, though?
I want to fight him. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like
Oh,
I'm
you
comfortable.
take either?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But obviously, if I'm fighting MMA, it has to be worth it.
Do
The
you
money has to be worth it.
That's fair, that's fair. Do you think Tim would put it on over at Cage Wars?
Oof. The thing is that it's professional,
Okay.
and professional fighting in New York is not allowed yet. This New York is there is the last state to legalize MMA, which was like 5 years ago. So
I remember
yeah,
I was interning for the assembly when Santa Barbara got it in Schenectady and everything there.
yeah. So MMA
Um,
in New York is pretty much in diapers. Unless you're like UFC and then you do the MSG, which is the only place that's allowed. But besides
oh,
that, there's no professional fights here
didn't they do
in
it
New
in
York.
the UFC did an event in Albany a while back too.
Yeah, but it's a UFC. But like
This wasn't.
no other promotion is gonna be able
That's
to do
fair.
that.
That's rough.
Um, but
Is that
yeah,
rough on you as an athlete? Like, because
of
you mentioned that
course.
you have to. How far do you typically have to go? Like, are you able to do it in Vermont, Connecticut, or anything?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I just have to travel. Thanks to I was professionally signed by Anthony Pettis, so I'm lucky enough that I can go to Wisconsin, and they have high level, very seasoned professional fighters where I can train. But at the same time, it's hard because I'm a full time engineer. Like I don't have any more pedo. I don't have any more vacation time. So every trip that I take, um, it's unpaid time off. So like if I go out for a week, which is normally what I do for karate combat, if I go out and fly like the week before the fight, it's a week that I'm not getting paid. So, if I'm doing a trip, it has to make sense money wise. Or it would
How
be
has
great if I can get sponsors and then they could get like, I don't know, hey, I'm doing a mini week camp. Can sponsors help me cover for flight, like hotel and whatever? And
how can
then
people reach out to you if they're interested in sponsoring you?
yes, you can find me on Instagram at LuisFemma, Luis MMA. And yeah, just hit me up, DM me, and let's work on that because I'm definitely a fighter that's making history, not only here, but I'm fighting into like internationally, and I'm getting a lot of views. So if
Where
you
have
want to get
you
your company to the next level, hit me up.
where were
Future
you
Crack
fighting
Combat Champ.
internationally?
Uh, Karate Combat goes everywhere. Like Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Singapore. They just had one card this past weekend in Thailand. I'm fighting in Miami next month. I fought in Utah 2 months, no, a month ago. So it's just all over the place. Could be Texas, so many places.
Um, I was gonna ask you. But how has it been training under Pettis? I know you went to his gym out you said
Yes.
in Wisconsin. What's that kind of experience been like transitioning from like jucao to his gym and like back and forth?
So there's not much of a transition because I haven't been able to go like as much as I want because of that, because of work, not being able to have the sponsors. But the time that I go, like it's awesome because I get to be a pro athlete. I get to train 3 times a day or 2 times a day, and I actually get someone that's on the highest level possible, which is like Pettis was a UFC champion. He's a former UFC champ. So highest level possible you can be, and then he has a huge number of fighters are very, very talented and very super technical, which is what I need because here, I already got to the level that I don't get pushed as much, and I'm feeling like I'm getting I'm reaching a plateau, and I'm not progressing, and I need to be busy. I need to be learning and constantly getting better, and yeah, over there, it's one of the great places. Also, Pettis travels a lot to Vegas. In Vegas, there's a lot of great boxing gyms, of great like the PI, the UFC PI is over there. So that's another great tool. But yeah, being with Anthony is awesome, man. It's like imagine I don't know being in basketball and being Michael Jordan calls you and be like, "Hey, you want to hang out and learn a little bit from me?" I'm like, course I do. Let's go. And then he's been awesome. His brother has been awesome. His brothers have been awesome. They've just accepted me as like their family. And even in karate combat, they say, "Oh, it's Anthony Pettis' protege, Luis Melendez is coming back." So that just makes me really, really, really happy, and I can't wait to make myself proud and make him proud and all the management company that's like been involved in this. Um, it's been crazy, all the like
How did
celebrities that I've been
how
to.
did you
Like,
guys meet though? Like you and Anthony there. Like you said he just called you up one day or was
no, it's
there
so what happened was that Anthony is half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. And he knows, if you are a fan of boxing, you know that every time there's a Mexican and a Puerto Rican fighting, it's gonna be a fire fight. Um, and he wanted to give opportunities to Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico. So he went there and he did some tryouts. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna give out 5 professional contracts. Um, just come here, do the tryouts and whatever." So I booked the flight, went over there, and just killed it. Like I was going crazy because I had to get that contract. That's once in a lifetime opportunity. And I went there, I killed it. I was the first pick. I got my professional contract, and then after that is just history. Because after that, well, when was that? That was in December, beginning of December. At the end of December, Anthony was the main event at Vegas Karate Combat. He was fighting Ben Henderson for a third time. Benson
Oh wow.
Henderson for a third time.
Oh
That's
wow.
the guy. That's the guy he got famous for the Showtime kick. You know the
Okay.
Showtime
Okay.
kick?
No, I can't say I'm familiar.
So Anthony, one of the things that like made him like very famous was the Showtime kick, which was when he was fighting Benson Henderson, he ran up to the cage, jumped out of the cage, and kicked Benson Henderson in the face and knocked him out. It's insane.
USC 4?
Yes.
Hold on, let's see. Hold on. See if this is the one.
It's either UFC. Was it UFC for it? I'm not completely sure if it was in UFC yet, but let me see if I can find it real quick too. But yeah, it was one of those kicks that you're like, oh my gosh.
This is Oh, that's a game. Motherfuckers.
Turn camera. Did I lost you? Can you hear me?
No, no, I got you. I got you. I hear you.
Oh, there you go.
Trying to see if I can find it. My computer's lagging out.
Oh, I lost hearing because of the computer. Let's see. Boom.
Okay, here we go.
Uh, bu- bu- bu-
I think I got it. Just gonna wait
I
for it to
messed
load.
up something. Let's see. Recording, comments, bubble settings, camera, audio, iPhone, microphone, cancellation, automatic. This seems to be working.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, Can you hear me now?
What can I do?
Hold on, hold on. How about now?
I can't hear you. Oh,
One sec. One sec. Let's see. Oh, how
there
about
you go.
now?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Oh, I got that background noise now, though. All right, don't worry. I think I found the fight or that kick you were talking about.
Yeah, Showtime kick. Yes.
Okay. Yep. Thinking four dimensionally there. Can you
What
do
a
that?
crazy kick.
Can you do that in karate combat?
Yes. They actually wanted me to do it because then they can post 2 videos and be like, oh, finally, protege. And they can match that up, and that will be crazy. If I can get that, oh my gosh. I'll
That's
probably
one of
be
the
a
that's one of the
millionaire
unique
after
things
that.
they got about that ring there is you guys got those the angles and there's no like cage, there's no
Yes.
ropes or anything. Like you can go up on that. Um
Yes.
can you go all the way to the top or where's the limit of how
No.
high you can go on it?
No, you can wait. Okay, so there's slanted walls. They're in a 45 angle. Um, so one thing about that is that you think, hey, like I'm just gonna go back, and maybe if I fall, I'm gonna be able to get back up. And no, it's actually a really unforgiving wall. Once your back is against the wall, it's almost impossible to get out of there because you're in a really steep angle. So you either have to go down, completely down, and then wrestle up, or just figure out a creative way to get out of there. And yeah, like you mentioned, you can go up pretty high, but it gets to the point that it's flat, and then that's where
That's
that
where
is
you
the
can no
limit.
longer.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the limit. You're not in bounds, you can say. But you know what? I love the pit. I feel it's better than the cage
I've heard a couple
because
different athletes talk about that and say that they like that transition.
yes, yes, because um like it just feels more involved. I feel like I'm in a movie, like a WWE character. This is like blood sport all over
The
again.
real Kumite.
Yeah, yeah, it's Mortal Kombat. They actually had the Mortal Kombat the voice guy do the for the fights for one of
No
the Karate
shit.
Combat fights. Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, it feels so much better because like you're literally like if my back is against one of the walls, people from the crowd can literally reach and touch me. That's how close people are to you. So you can hear everything. In terms of like, I mean, if you get more energy, the crowd is next to you and all that stuff, it's great. Now, in terms of coaching, that's a little bit different because normally in the MMA, your coach are pretty close to you. The crowd has a little bit space around, so like you can kind of zone out and identify your coaches a little bit easier. Here in karate combat, they're all in the set at the same distance, and like it's really hard to hear your coaches. So that's one thing. Also, one of the advices that I have for like amateur fighters: get get your get a good coach, and not only a good coach, get used to their voice.
Mm.
And by used to voice, I mean whenever you're sparring, whenever you're doing technique, that they actually coach you when you're training. Because I know a lot of people, they get from different gyms and whatever, they get to a fight and they haven't been coached by their coaches, so they don't actually know what their coach is gonna say. They're just winging it. So yeah, when you're training, hey, ask your coach, please, I need to be coached so I can hear your voice, so I can get used to like how you speak, the way you say it, what are you actually trying to say in the spot, um,
Do you
which
ever
is
catch
super important.
Are you, like, so in tune that you don't really hear the other people around you, or do you ever, like, kinda hear someone, like if they're within that distance, I imagine there's certain things that are being said that might be derogatory or otherwise. Do you hear this stuff when you're
Course.
fighting?
Yeah, of course I do. That's why it's important to have a strong mind. Cause like there's like people around the fighting scene, they're drinking. They're
Right,
drinking, they're having fun. Maybe they're not like they're not your fans, they're your opponent fans. So they're gonna be yelling everything. So it's just like important to have a strong mindset and be like, hey, but like they're there to support whoever they want to. Don't be discouraged by anything of it.
right.
Just take it as it's energy. Energy is negative or positive is still energy. Take it as energy and help yourself like fuel your
I
body
feel
and
like
your mind.
I feel like personally I get the most energy when I have haters. Like, I almost hope that I get trolled because I feel I take that energy and I'm like, "Okay, now I'm gonna do more." Just
Yeah,
'cause I know you're gonna be angrier about it, so, like and I just
yeah.
you know, I feed off that. So I don't
Yeah.
know, I like that shit, you know?
Yeah, so like in the Miami fight that was in the back of the mansion, that was crazy in back of the mansion. I could hear in my second round, I heard a person to my left saying, "Come on, do something." And I was just focused on my opponent, just waiting for something. I heard that I was like, shut the fuck up. And then boom, and I threw a left kick to the body. And the poor guy hit him so hard, and everyone was like, oh. So like you can definitely hear it. And the same thing happened with the coach. When I was waiting for the judge's decision, I had my hand raised.
Yep.
I always do that, always positive about the income. I know I'm gonna win. I want to win. I always have my hand raised before I get my hand raised, and I could hear my opponent's coach saying, "Drop your hand. You didn't win. What are you doing? You didn't win, dumbass." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't care. And then they announced I won, and I was like, let's go, and I
Did
started flexing. So
did you
there's
rewatch that fight at all?
oh, I've watched all my fights like a dozen times.
'Cause at one point, I think it was either the 1st or 2nd round, he's telling his guy, "You got him, you got him, you got him." And it's like
Yeah,
and even the commentator's like, "You don't say that, like, he doesn't have him, like, stop saying."
yeah, yeah. The coach said, "Hey, I promise to you, he's done. He's done." And the commentator was like, "What? You don't say that to your. That's a terrible advice. You see, Luis, he's not done." Oh my
Aw.
gosh, it's funny. It's funny the things that you see, but hey, like if I was in his corner, I would probably say something similar depending on the fighter. Maybe that's what he needs to get that second,
The
second
2nd
tank,
win.
second
Yeah.
win, that motivation. That's something really important. That's why you also need to, that's the importance of having a good coach that actually knows you. Because people react differently depending on the coaching that they get. Some people like to, it's just, hey, don't talk to me about emotions. I just want you to talk to me about the game plan. Talk to me about the techniques that I need to do. Talk to me about the holes that you see that I'm doing or the holes that my opponent is showing so I can address them. Um, and some other people, they need the motivational speech like, hey, this is your last day, this is last minute, this is the last round of your life, do every blah, blah, blah. There's different type of fighters. So, and that's why like it's so important to have a really good coach that knows you well. And you get that really good relationship.
Yeah, that's a I always, I left the gym because I actually didn't vibe well with the coach that was running it. So I entirely get that. I mean, obviously I'm not competing at the same level as you guys, so I imagine when you have, a certain bond with the coach, I know who's the one guy I follow one one UFC fighter. I can't remember his name. Brazilian guy. Starts with a Piera maybe. Um, but he
Alex?
maybe. I
Alex
only follow.
Pereira?
I don't know. It's his coach is Cruz, Filippo Cruz or something like that. Hold on, I
Um,
have it on Instagram. I can find the name. Again, I only follow him because his coach. Um, let's see. His coach is I'm pretty sure a Mason. And I was just
mhm.
amazed that there was another Freemason who was into MMA like that. So
Nice.
I was like, all right, so I got to follow this guy. And the only reason I realized this was because his gym logo is literally made like a square and compass. And unless you're like looking for it, you don't even realize it's
Right.
there. And it's like I
That's
was
nice. The subtle.
yeah, oh yeah, it was on a UFC post. I'm looking and I see the background in the gym and I'm like I stopped for a second. I'm like, is that there's no way. There's no way. Hold on, where's it? See Cruz. Yeah, I'm terrible with Spanish names. Pilinio
Oh,
Cruz.
Plinio. Plinio.
Yeah.
Yes, you're talking about Alex Pereira, Plinio Cruz,
Yep.
and Glover Teixeira.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I saw them. I saw them in my last fight a month ago.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit of everywhere.
Yes.
Specifically
Well,
the coach there.
they were in Utah because the UFC was in Utah the week before my event. So Alex Pereira actually won the UFC belt at 205 uh that past weekend. And then
Okay, I remember hearing about this.
he stayed in there because Karate Combat was also in Utah and his sister was going to do her debut in Karate Combat.
No shit. Did she?
So
No,
I
did,
got yeah, I
did she
got to
actually
hang out with
debut?
them. Yeah,
Nice.
she knocked out the girl with the left hook just like Pereira. It was crazy. You can search her out in Karate Combat. They have that video pinned to the to their page. But yeah, it was crazy. I get the chance, thanks to Karate Combat and Anthony Pettis and all that stuff. I get the chance to see all like the UFC stars, um, like almost everyone that I've seen growing
Well,
up on TV and everything.
they've become it's weird. It's almost like they've become like the UFC where you get all these local or these celebrities.
Yes.
You've starting to see a lot more people, even YouTubers, starting to show up at the karate combat events. I mean, and then you mentioned they did the one at the mansion there, and they're all over the place. So like
Yeah.
they're not just doing regular events; these seem almost like parties. If I mean, I obviously haven't been to one, but like the way it sounds and the way they look, it looks like a fucking party. Like it looks like
They
those waves with the lights and the
yeah,
round things and just the designs in general.
it's exactly that. It's a celebrity party. Um and that's why they for every event they get like a bunch of celebrities.
It
Like
really is.
Joe Rogan has been there, Shane Gillis has been there, like Tony, Theo Vaughn, The Rock, like a bunch of UFC fight. I've seen a bunch of UFC fighter. Nate Diaz I saw in the bathroom when I went to the bathroom. Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, Alex like Volkanovski. I've been around all these guys like Sage Northcutt. Surprised when you see him. What else? It's so many fighters that I've been able to like be around thanks to Broad Combat and being around with
Has
Anthony
the
Pettis because he knows
has the
him.
networking benefited your career? Like, do
Of course,
you feel like that's an important aspect of the like, most people think just fighting, but, like, I imagine
it's a
building those
must.
connections is very important for where you wanna go.
Yes, it's definitely a must. You have to be, just be friendly, and talk to people, and because but by yourself you won't be able to build like a business. So you need to get those contacts, and maybe the person you're talking to maybe that's not the contact, but they know someone who knows someone that is the contact that will help you get to where you need to be or where you need to go. So like definitely networking is like I will say number two for me. Like I think number one is marketing yourself, and then number two is networking. And I would put they're like almost at the same
And then
level.
number 3 is the fighting.
The number three is the fighting. Yes, back it up, back up your trash talk, back up your character.
You know,
And be
it's
flashy,
interesting you
be
say that.
flashy.
So, like, most people I get I actually guess that fighting could be number 3 because, like, if you look at someone like Chael Sonnen, one of
Yes,
my favorite UFC fighters, never won a belt in his life. Yep, but he sold tickets and everyone liked to hear him talk and everyone liked
he's
to see him
loved.
fight. It was he didn't have to be the best. He just had to be the best talker, and he was.
Yeah, and Chill, even Chill said it like on his interviews and everything that he looks up to WWE character. Like, he looks at to himself as a WWE character. That's why he wrote all those scripts. He thought about, hey, I'm gonna do this speech if I lose. I'm gonna do this speech if I win. And it's gonna be memorable for people. People are gonna remember me, either they like me or not, and that is so important in this business.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think. Oh, damn, I hate sometimes when you have a question or you have
Yeah.
something that just, like, slips right out of the head and just goes away.
Yeah,
Every
that
time,
happens a lot.
every time. Oh. Alright, man. Well, we are coming on 47 minutes. I'm running out of questions. It's getting late. It's been a long ass day. I don't know what you've been doing, but I've been working.
Training pretty much all day.
Uh, so you probably wanna rest up and recover. I wanna go get some dinner. My man, where can people find you?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, LuisFeMMA. That's Luisfe MMA on Instagram. And go to my page, and I promise you're gonna be entertained with my all my videos. They're super entertaining, high energy, high pace, high profile, a lot of views. So, go there, like, comment, have fun, only if you like it and if you're entertained.
They're gonna love
Um,
it.
yeah, you're gonna love it. And for sponsors, I'm looking for sponsors. I'm gonna be fighting in 3 weeks in Miami Karate Combat for my fourth fight in Karate Combat. Trying to finish the year with a 4-0 in Karate Combat, which will put me. Well, I'm already with the record that I have, like in the top five in Karate Combat, just because of Undefeated. Um, but yeah, hey, I'm looking for sponsors. If you want someone that's going to put your brand to the next level, someone that's definitely going to put you uh, through a lot of eyeballs and YouTube, Instagram, across all the social media platforms. Hit me up. I'm looking for sponsors to keep growing myself as a fighter, professional fighter, and making history, and putting myself out there.
Absolutely, my man. Thank you for joining us today, guys. That special shout out to our sponsor, the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. Guys, till next time, this has been the JMA Podcast. Stay blessed.